It's showtime. Hello, hello, magnificent, manifesting female entrepreneurs out there who want to learn how to attract true financial freedom as well as how to attract your ideal clients. Hi, I'm Evie Diaz, and I am your financial empowerment speaker, financial block healer, and soon to be a published author. And today I want to know that you can hear me. So go ahead and post somewhere here, wherever you're seeing this. If you're on YouTube, let me know I hear you and I see you on YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, please let us know. And let me just confirm. Awesome. I can hear myself. I put it on YouTube on the TV. Now, today is a special day because every day that we're alive, like my partner Dean says, is a special day. And so we are so grateful. And our intention today is to make you feel happy, joyous, grateful for another day, and to know that you're not alone just because you might be a solopreneur and just because you've been working at your business by yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. And that's why Dean and I are here. And so let me introduce you my partner in our MoneyFest live conference. Hello, Dean.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amiga?
Muy bien, muy bien. Thank you so much for being here, Dean. For those of you who don't know Dean, this is Dean, the Dean of Success and a marketing magician with how many years of experience?
Well, I started in 1930. Okay. Uh, been around for a
Back
little
in
while.
the 1900s.
Already enough, right?
Yeah, between Dean and I, we have at the very least about 100 years of mindset, marketing, and manifesting and attracting the life that we are now living. And so Dean and I have come together again for the second time to bring to you some light, some messages known as MoneyFest Live International Women's Conference. And today we have a very special queen with us. And I love the term queen. And yeah, I've been known as the queen of email marketing, queen of my home. And I love calling women queens, especially heart centered female entrepreneurs who are action takers, who have a big purpose and passion and a mission to get a message out to the world. And today, that special queen is named a queen by us because she was the very first woman entrepreneur who bought the VIP experience for our MoneyFest Live International Women's Conference. So, with no further ado, let's bring in our queen. Yay!
Thank
Hi,
you so much.
Barbara.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here. Thanks so much.
Oh, Barbara, we are delighted that you're here. So, Barbara, go ahead and introduce yourself, please, so that everyone gets to know you.
Well, I'm Barbara Ingracia. I live in central Massachusetts, and my passion is raising awareness about the role of copyright in our daily lives and bringing some fun to a heavy topic. So you know how you spend a lot of time and energy and money and sweat and maybe some tears on creating great content. And then to see it on somebody else's site. Arg! You know, a there's been a pirate at foot here. Um, and so I want to help you in the creation process, in the protection process, and if a scumbucket like me gets a hold of your stuff, I want to help you examine the options going forward. Um, because there's some things
Awesome.
that can be done short of an attorney.
I like that. I like the last statement, short of an attorney. There are things that can be done. Now, today we're honored to have you because You are an action taker. And today we want to help you, Dean and I together. And so today we decided to do a different live stream where we're bringing in action oriented women like you who have a big message. And this is an important message. Now, please tell us, what do you feel that is one of the challenges that you currently feel that you're experiencing in your business that you believe that Dean and I can maybe light up some solutions for you?
Well, thank you. Yes, copyright is not the sexiest topic. It's like watching grass grow, watching paint dry, and it has become more important now during the internet age and the AI age. Um, but like like security systems, we think, well, it's not going to happen to us. It's not high on the agenda. And then when your own home is burglarized or somebody on the street, then suddenly, oh, I better do something about that. So oftentimes people yawn, copyright, it's not going to happen to me. And so, how to better explain the benefits that I offer so that
Very
I
good.
attract the right clients.
Awesome. So, Dean, let's begin because the first question I have is who's your right client, which we're going to discuss. And let's just, because Dean is so good at introducing himself, and, during our Thursdays Fabpreneurs networking events that we've been doing, he has been teaching women how to introduce themselves during our networking events, and he will do that again this coming Thursday. So let's have Dean first tackle that first 30-second introduction or that first impression. Let's talk about that, Dean. Please come and share your magnificence and your magic here today with us.
Here's the thing, it's obviously all about communication, connecting to the right people. So, first of all, are you one talking to the right audience? And just because we have a pulse does not necessarily mean we are the target eyeballs, hearts, and minds that you want to appeal to and attract. Certainly, there's a mass marketing thing where you want to address that. But once you figure out who you want to talk to, and one of the other things is this idea of brand, it's a very, probably single-handedly the most misunderstood, misrepresented conversation that we can have in marketing. Brand is little more or nothing less than what we associate, the feelings we associate to a particular program, product, service, solution, whatever it is it happens to be, we want to air quote brand. So the first thing we can do is, let me ask you this question. What is the best way, Barbara, that you can prove that you can help somebody? Do you know what that is?
To be able to give testimonials and examples of successful clients.
That is definitely one great answer. But the best way all of us can prove that we can help somebody is to, I don't know, let's say, help somebody. Like, so the first thing is, if you want people to know what you do so that you can get those testimonials, so that you can create that impact, so you can generate that income and influence, is to help somebody. And then document the process so that people can say, oh, look, she helped this person get this specific measured result. I want that too. So then people can begin to self-identify and say, ooh, tell me more. I want more. I need, please do me the honor and the favor and the privilege of marketing to me, because you now know that you can actually help somebody. So as simple and rudimentary, as fundamental as it sounds, help somebody, and then do it, I would say, in a significant and savvy way. Help them publicly, like jump on a live stream and do a hot seat like what we're doing here, or help somebody has had a challenge. Maybe post, hey, Who has had a problem with somebody ripping them off of their intellectual property or content or product or service or solution or deliverable and say, if there was a way I could help you, would you at least be interested in having a conversation? And then
Mhm.
jump on a Zoom, jump onto a live stream, jump onto a chat, whatever it is, and simply help. Does that make sense as a super simple first strategy?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Everything else comes from that, ultimately. Evie?
So let's ask Barbara. So how does that look like? Like for example, you know that this Thursday at 4 o'clock we have our weekly networking, and I really want you to shine because I'm very grateful to you for being the first one to take on the live experience. And it's important that you shine because MoneyFest is about manifesting not just money. We call it money fest to get people's attention. It is about manifesting what you want. So for me, I sometimes say, if you don't feel that you've been a big manifester, then let's start by playing a little game and saying, I intend to manifest this today. So let's say for you, this Thursday, we intend to manifest women that ask you questions because they are interested because you have said something that have caught their attention. So let's play that out. How can you begin this Thursday to manifest more women interested in, at the very least, finding out more? Because that's the first thing, finding out more. Tell me more. So the intention is let's get women asking you to tell me more because they want to know more. So, how can you elicit that excitement, that interest from the women? So, let's play that out.
Well, I think as Dean suggested, asking if people have had an issue with this, and more people now are having that issue, but people, they're afraid to admit it. So I might say, do you know anyone who has had this issue? But people are, I don't know, ashamed or whatever. So it's hard to get people to admit to it.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to ask you to monitor what you say. This is the mindset component. You said it's hard to get people to get it, so it's going to be easy from now on. Let's reframe and rewrite what we think about people's responses to this, and let's talk about perhaps if you don't yet have testimonials, you can talk about a very important fact, and that is research a factoid. What is a factoid? Is yearly, monthly? What is the cost? How many people are being faced with this problem? Let's position this as a problem, and I'm sure it is. So what does that look like right now, Barbara? Like what is this problem? Let's say in the United States. What is this problem? How is it impacting small businesses? How is it impacting solopreneurs? What is the problem that I am unaware of right now?
Well, there's confusion and myths about copyright in the digital age. Oh, it's floating around out there. It's free for me to grab. And so there are two prongs to this. A person might need, let's say, a photograph. And so they go out and do a Google search and grab something, boom. And then weeks, months, years later, they get a letter from an attorney who's not their attorney saying, you have stolen my client's property. And things can go downhill from there of time and expense and legal issues. The other is that they have created something that's very special, original, creative, and they have put it out there, and then somebody steals it and uses it as their own. So there are these two prongs, but people don't think they will ever infringe, and people don't think that they'll ever be stolen. My stuff is not special until it is, and until it's stolen. So then, you go into panic mode.
So let's take a look at that. Let's dive a little deeper into that. Let's talk about there's a couple of things that I thought of as you were talking. One is that people are not aware that there's a problem. And for me, let's say if I use my analytical mind, if I wanted to have me get attention from me, I would start with a statistic. Did you
Yeah.
know this research that I did statistically is showing that the cost of copyright infringement can cost me as a solopreneur, as an entrepreneur, how much? Or so, and that's really using what we've been using in marketing for a long time, which is a little bit of the factual slash let me scare you a little bit tactic, right? Let me
Yes.
scare you a little bit, right? And so that's one thing that you can do, and that's old fashioned for a long time that's existed. So let me ask you, Barbara, what is the cost in your research? Have you researched what is the cost in the United States in general, or what may be the cost? And that could be the cost of a loss or the cost because maybe you were sued. So, do you know what are the costs according to statistics out there?
Well, it can be difficult to find the statistics that are so specific. I've been looking for them for a long time. And uh, of course, what is a loss? Um, is it, oh, that's the cost of doing business, or my business is going to fail, is going to go off the rails? In terms of infringing, stealing somebody else's content and being charged with that infringement. If you go to court, it can be $150,000 per infringement, plus court fees and whatnot. And you never know for sure that you'll actually be able to collect the damages. In terms of your content being stolen, what's the cost of that? Well, it can take your business off track. So you aren't attending to your business. So whatever your business expenses and income revenue would be, if you could still be devoted to it, plus any court costs and things like that. Um, so it's a range. It's a range, and um, any amount any amount
Okay,
is too
so
much.
I'm going to ask Dean to chime in here. Dean, what would you suggest to Barbara in terms of how she can get your interest or anyone's interest about this topic? And, you know, we'll discuss what she's hoping to do and maybe a little bit of what the actual services is that she offers. But let's go into, because there's people there out there that are unaware, right? A lot of people are unaware. Some people are aware that this is a problem but may not be thinking that it matters to them. And some people are aware that it's a problem and are looking for solutions. And there might be a fourth type of prospective client for her that now is eluding me. But for these three types of people, what could possibly be a way that she can shed some light? I spoke about giving statistics, which she says there's not a lot, to bring the analytical mind to think this is a possibility. What would you suggest in your marketing experience, Dean?
Yeah, there is absolutely a process called the pleasure pain principle. And Evie was talking about what's the price of the prize? What is the cost of inaction? What's those things? And those are great to highlight throughout your marketing and throughout your process. And I want to circle back around real quickly to this question, and that is this: have you ever helped somebody already with achieve a specific result with your process? Have people said, "Ooh, pick me, I want to work with you," in one way, shape, form, or another, free or fee, it doesn't matter.
Uh, in many ways, the
Okay.
benefits of what I offer um,
Nope, nope. Wait, hang on.
are helping people
I'm
avoid this. Is a
I'm
great question.
specifically asking you: have you helped somebody already?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Then you already have the answer you're looking for. And the distinction is that you just have not yet caught yourself in the act of producing that result. So if I were to ask you this, what was it that got those first, second, third, however many people raise their hand, identify, and say, I would love to work with you? How did that happen?
Some of it has been by referral,
Oh,
other people recognizing that the people have
beautiful.
a problem.
So
And
you have proof, you have evidence to the contrary, in that you said I can't get people to work with me, yet you have proof that people have worked with you and you have served them sufficiently. So my
Mhm,
challenge is, there are things, this is for everybody. There are things that we used to do in our business that when we did those things consistently and persistently, that people would then raise their hand and again want to do potential business with us. What we challenge you to do today is to figure out what those things were and do them again. Just simply do that again. If it's relationships, if it's referrals, if it's recommendations, if it's just talking with people and identifying and saying, you know what, let's have a quick conversation. Maybe I can help you. If it's whatever it happens to be, there are things, and we all have this hiccup. We all have this challenge in that we used to do things that worked and we stopped doing them for whatever reason, because of a shiny object syndrome, because of we get bored with our own marketing principles and processes, whatever that happens to be. So my encouragement, if you want instant, like real revenue generating results, is do the things you used to do that delivered that kind of result. Now, will it land every single time? Maybe, maybe not. But my hallucination is that you will end up closer to the mark if you used to do building relationships, if you used to encourage referrals and recommend, if you, and try that and watch what happens. Just pay attention to what happens and start serving. And then you get that proof we talked about, and then you get some feedback. And the last thing I'll say is, once you have those things in place, what are other people saying to you in their words, in their vernacular, in their language about what it is you do for them?
mhm,
And then start using those language, those specific words and conversations in your copy, your marketing, your social, those things, because those are the things that people have said, this is why I chose Barbara.
And, I want to give you some very specific tips that are coming to me. Because what I keep feeling and hearing is that the first stage, so there are different stages of client awareness and there's different types of clients. That's what I was alluding to earlier. So the first step is awareness. So there's awareness, consideration, decision, retention. So when we are looking at step one, stage one, awareness, that is the first thing. And we're always helping people with awareness because we're always bringing that awareness to the market. For me, the best way, which might help you to attract some clients, I'm going to give you some very specific things now. Number one, you may want to create a good old fashioned PDF. And you can do that with Word document. And then when you save it, you PDF it, come up with a great title, and start educating people for free and offering that as a freebie so people can give you their email and address. So you can start then the second step, bringing them into a free webinar where you're educating. So you're accomplishing your first step. The first level of awareness is so important. We often forget it. When people are unaware of a problem or that they may potentially either have a problem currently or this can become a problem in the future, we want to increase the awareness. And right now, you're a wealth of knowledge. This is your baby, this is your topic. You know more than me. So educate me. So the first thing that we want to do is have you create, it could be a two-page document that you could start getting people interested in wanting to know more, and then invite them to a 45-minute, 30-minute webinar where you are educating people and engaging people and maybe even finding potential testimonials that you could do either for free or for a minimal charge as you begin, so that you could start increasing the client awareness, the testimonials, and the referrals. Does that make sense, Barbara?
Yes, and I have done um, much of that, and I guess I need to just put more oomph into it.
Absolutely. So let's have Dean, unless you have another question, I want to end this session, this section of this session, with Dean showing you an example of on Thursday how that might look like for you. In other words, doing a 30-second presentation on behalf of Barbara. Let's just say how she could say it. So that on Thursday she could mention what she does and increase the awareness of the women at our Fabpreneurs networking event on Thursday by perhaps offering that freebie that she has. You have a freebie that's like something people can sign up for, Barbara?
Yes.
Okay, so Dean, since I know you're so good at this, let's give her an example that she can practice today, tomorrow, and on Thursday.
Sure, sure. Just let me real quickly recap. So, create a value added value drop for the people you want to serve, which is what Evie is saying. Pick one thing that you used to do and just do it again. See what kind of fruit that yields. And now I'll give you a super simple, this is a very simple framework where you can use this in your copy, in your introductions, however you choose to use it. I'll give you an example and then I'll break it down for you very, very quickly. You know how speakers sometimes struggle to make ends meet? Well, what I do is I help speakers connect to their message, their mission, and massive amounts of money so they can make more money doing what they love and serve more people. What that means to them is they get to actually do what they love while making more money. So, super simple. The framework is this if you want to write this down, whether you're watching live or in replay, you know how people, the very specific people and the very specific problem, the brain responds to questions better than any other statement of fact than we could ever devise. So start with a question always. You know how, and then state the people and their problem. Number two, well, what I do is, and then state the solution. What's the result? What's the outcome you deliver? And again, 5-10 seconds is all you need. Third, what that means to you is, and then what it actually means to them as a result. Because if it doesn't mean anything to us, then it won't count. So, you know how, people problem. Well, what I do is solution. So now you can result. Really simple, really easy. And by the way, you can do it without having it scripted or memorized in your head. Hope that serves.
Mhm. Yes, I've learned that valuable approach from Thursday meetings, and I'm trying to incorporate that.
Yeah. There's a million ways. And your microphone is off, Evie. We see your beautiful lips moving and don't hear a word.
Okay, I'm going to say thank you to Barbara for being here. Thank you for being part of the MoneyFest Live. Thank you for being part of our Fabpreneurs Thursday. And I'm going to say thank you to both of you. Dean and I have a meeting that we have to jump to. We're going to be back here again next Monday. This is MoneyFest Live Mondays, where Dean and I are going to be doing these and other types of live stream so that it helps you and also so that you get the feeling of what we're going to be doing during MoneyFest Live International Women's Conference, which, by the way, you can check the link right here for MoneyFest Live for you to join us. Check it out today because the VIP experience and the general admission is going up. There's going to be an increase before Thursday. And then if you are a female entrepreneur, a heart-centered female entrepreneur who wants to join us on Thursday, there below, I put the Fabpreneurs Networking Celebration, and you can go to bizniversity.com, Fabpreneurs Networking Celebration. I thank you all for being here, whether you are live or on the replay. Please make sure to put your questions here and we'll get back to answering. And you can find us all on social media. I could be found at EVDS Speaks. And I want to thank you. And I'm going to end this by saying we'll see you Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we look forward to seeing you next Monday right here at 2:30 as we get ready and ramp up our MoneyFest Live International Women's Conference. Thank you so much both for being here. And
Thank
now
you.
I'll leave you with our video so that you can get inspired to join us at MoneyFest Live Conference. Thank you all.